Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long boys blues, 1975. Using words on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends used to bug you. Long boys blues, 1975.
Hey YouTube, Long Boys Post 1975 and welcome to the Wednesday vlog. I thought I'd try something a little bit different. I thought I'd try a moto vlog. So I've clipped my camera to my headrest. If you can hear weird creaky noises, that's the gaffer tape. Anyway, yeah, you've read the title. I was going to point up there, but that would be me pointing towards my sun visor. Do you remember life before broadband? I was at work last night and it's funny because I'm as guilty as everyone. What with smartphones, 4G, Wi-Fi hotspots outside your house, I think, well, not just a whole generation, many generations have lost any sort of sense of, I don't know, patience they had. You're online 24/7. You got access to movies, to music, to news, to gaming on your phones. You know, online gaming. It's, you know, what an incredible world we live in. I've had broadband or access to broadband, and this is what kind of also comes into why I want to talk about this. For 17 years. Wow, the year 2000 was when I first had access to broadband. It boggles the mind. Anyway, that's not what, you know, inspired me for this conversation. I think it's weird because it's going to be different generations who, well, have memories of this. Pothole, thanks for fixing that, council. Yeah, watching people walk around and being frustrated on their phones, and people at lunch being frustrated on their phones, like, come on, why are you buffering? And I said, do you know what? You have no idea what it used to be like. I remember my first computer at home in the mid-90s. My first was a Pentium 200. That was online on a 33K modem. That's basic as hell. It's absolutely basic as hell. You know, you couldn't explain to someone how slow that is now, but we put up with it. We knew nothing better. So you would think that it would frustrate you. Why would it? If you hadn't known anything better. And then I think the next one I had was a 56K V90, which I thought was, holy shit, this is fast enough to defend the Earth from aliens. And I online gamed with that. To some degree, I did online game a little bit with my my 33K modem. But yeah, online with a 57K V90 modem, 56K V90 modem, with a little piece of software that would smooth out the jaggedness of the game. But it never meant when someone was in your crosshairs, whether they were truly and utterly in your crosshairs, or they'd long since left that, by the time you fired your gun, because you were using software to make it, well, I don't know, playable on your eyes, if that makes sense. But yeah, again, loading pages. I mean, we used to load clips where people would stream entire movies or episodes on iPlayer now. We used to pause a 30-second video or a 3-minute long, music video for what, a good 15 minutes. And even then, it wouldn't necessarily buffer the whole thing. Jesus Christ, the potholes on this road. Yeah, even then it would buffer the whole thing. This roundabout is a fuck up from day one, by the way. That means nothing to any of you out there unless you live in my neck of the woods. But yeah, we put up with it. We put up with everything, and it's funny because when torrents first came out, I used to download movies and shit. I used to leave them going all night. And if I was lucky, I would have one by the morning if I hadn't lost my place in the queue. With Napster, who remembers Napster? I used to like set up a whole bunch of songs, and if I was lucky, I would have an album's worth by the time, I got up in the morning, in the good old days before I worked nights. But yeah, and so when you see these kids, it's like, well, you come from a generation. I've had it for 17 years. Some of you have just had broadband your entire life, and you've got the nerve to moan about it. All right, don't get me wrong, I moan about it from time to time, and and stuff like that. But that's because British Telecom. Well, didn't they come in the bottom half of the top 10 of service providers in this country? I don't know, but yeah. So you know, those of you out there, do you remember the, you know, life before broadband, playing games online, you know, accessing the web? I wouldn't say in its infancies because it's been around a lot longer than that, but, you know, accessing the web and waiting for buffering and that, and losing pages, and, you know, trying to buy stuff, getting through, and then, you know, think it's bad with Ticketmaster now. You know, you didn't even need to crash by volume back then. And, you know, it's funny. So, like I said, 2000, I remember I moved into a shared house with my buddy. And he said, I didn't know anything about this, I just got a job where I was setting up networks on ISDN, and I thought those were quick. But he said, hey, the BT are in this area and they got this new thing called broadband high-speed internet. Do you want it? And I went, yeah, I'll have that. And I had no idea how fast it was. My mate just said it's going to be like 5 times as fast as your 56k modem. And that, to me, was quite simply enough. Like, I was sold. Like, holy shit, that's fast. I'm utterly sold on that. Ooh, dodgy clutch there. Actually sold on that. And so I was at work, BT engineer came, he set it up upstairs, set it down, drilled a hole for the roof down into my buddy's room, drilled a hole across the wall into my room, lazy fucker, drilled all this shit out onto my bed and then just covered it up with my duvet. But yeah, I came home that night, my mate was like, well, you got a firewall, you got this, you got that, you're permanently connected to the internet, here are the rules, here are the regulations, be, you know, be safe and you know, and smart at all times and things like that. And yeah, so I had no idea. I mean, I was downloading left, right, and centre. I was downloading stuff I didn't even need to. I was streaming shit I didn't even need to. My God, back then that's almost, you know, it's almost 2 decades. Fucking hell, I'm old. But yeah, it always comes into this equation, which is, you know, do you remember life before, you know, broadband? It seems to boggle the mind, really, because someone's gunning it in a rather large vehicle. That's safe, isn't it? Yeah, it boggles the mind that you look around, again, I to some degree to blame for this, that people have no patience whatsoever, but once upon a time that was the norm, you know? I wonder if we still only had that much speed, such things like road rage and all those, and look at you spraying shit all over the road. Road rage and all those things, and I don't know, just people generally being dicks in public would be somewhat less, you know, because people are just used to sitting around and waiting for shit, you know? Why get aggravated when this is the norm? But yeah, so I just want to know, I mean, again, I'm probably only talking to half my audience, but do you remember life before broadband? And do you remember the first time you got it, and what a mind-blowing experience it was? Hell, just a quick add-on, I only got fibre optics about 5 months ago, and then even then my brain just went, what the fuck? Why did it used to take me an hour to upload a video when it does it now in 7.5 minutes? Anyway, yeah, as always, love to know what you think, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.